Are you kidding? I start recording and it starts raining. Immediately. Oh, well, it's nighttime anyway. Hey guys, this is Nathan and welcome back to Symmetria. So, to start out the episode today, we are going to be finishing the outside of the factory. I was thinking about it between episodes, and this is going to be primarily a melon and pumpkin factory, so I was thinking of calling it the Milkin Factory. I don't know what you guys think of that, so let me know down in the comments. But I have in my inventory the majority of the items that we are going to need to work our way up the wall. So let's go ahead and head up to the top if we can. I've pretty well closed everything off, so there isn't too much of a way to get up there anymore. So it looks like this is actually the only point that we have to even come close. But what we need to do is get up here, I think, well, here. We'll use some diorite here because, yes, I know, cardinal sin. I'm going to be building with diorite. That's a terrible thing, I know. But we are going to extend these pillars, or this pillar, up a long way. And then we are going to be putting some additional pillars right here, I believe. So, let me just check here. So we have two blocks. That looks about right for what I've got on my other screen. So we're going to put a log right there facing upward, and that's going to be this one. So then we're going to go over the 4 blocks that we would have for our spacing. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we need another log right there. And then there should be 4 left until the one on the end. 2, 3, 4, and yep, there we go. So if we do that, that sets up the base of that. And then we'll do the same thing here, going 4 blocks and then a vertical log, not a torch, a vertical log. And now, unfortunately, there will be some spawnable spaces on some of these, but I think it should be high enough up in the air that it won't really matter. But so there we go with that. So now we're going to go up a little bit on each of these. And we're going to start placing diorite in between. So we're going to have diorite going through these areas. And then we are going to use spruce for our windows this time instead of birch. And the little reinforcing bits at the top of the wall are going to be birch instead of spruce. Whoops, wrong. I don't have an axe. Oh, I do have an axe. Yes, thank you. Okay, so diorite there, and then we're going to be putting birch here instead of spruce. So we're just kind of doing a bit of a mirror image on this from what we have everywhere else. And this is going to kind of work, like I said, to show that each section of the building was built at a different time. So now that we have that, we are going to go up 1 more block and then put another connecting beam across the top. So what we're going to end up with is 2 levels like that, and then we're going to put our little logs sticking off of the ends here with trapdoors on the ends of them. So this is much the same as the rest of the design, just with slightly different blocks. And then, like I said, we're going to put a second layer up here. And then the roof is going to be nothing more than a simple stair roof with the cobblestone on the front of it. So at this point now, I am going to extend this design all the way around. We're going to have 2 panels on this side and the back side, and 3 on each of the north and south sides. And so, yeah, I'm going to get that all taken care of. And then we get to move on to our smoke and some of the internal decorations, things like that. So this is going to be fun. Alright, so the tower portion of the building is now completed. And there's just one thing I wanted to show you guys on this. So around the back side of it, there is a spot where, well, the wall is really blank. You can see these taller sections of the wall. The windows don't really fit in these, and I don't know for sure what to do. And I forgot to put those birch reinforcements in that one. Oh, man. Well, anyway, I'll have to worry about that later. But, yeah, if you guys have any ideas on what I could do with those to make them look better, be greatly appreciated. But I think we're ready now to go ahead and start working on our smoke plumes. So I went ahead and got some more cobwebs from the abandoned mine shaft that is underneath the base here. And yeah, I'm up to, what, almost 4.5 stacks of cobwebs. I think that should be enough for this. So we're going to have the 3 columns of smoke coming out of this, and they're going to be blowing that direction to match what our wind says from the windmill. So yeah, I've got dirt for scaffolding blocks, and I've got my cobwebs. So I think it's time to get up here onto the roof, and then we'll go from there. So we're going to start out with a fairly dense smoke column in the center of the chimneys, and then they're going to kind of disperse as they go higher up. And the dirt is going to come in really handy for that, because we will be able to place down a block of dirt, put down a cobweb on top of it, and then break the dirt. So we're going to start out by putting 4 cobwebs in the top of the chimney, and then we're just going to put some cobwebs going straight up. So let's go ahead and run our scaffold over this way a little bit, and now I think we're going to start bringing it sideways just a little. I also have my shears with me so that if I need to break a cobweb, I can. And so we're going to start dispersing this a little bit as well. So let's get around to the other side here. And I think we're going to place one here. And it's just kind of going to be a random placement, kind of just wherever it feels like there should be a cobweb. And hopefully I don't do that again, because I just got stuck in that one. So yeah, a lot of just random placement of dirt and cobwebs, just to try to make this look fairly reasonable. Of course, this is much easier to do in creative. And so, yeah, we'll just work our way up, and then we'll break all of this dirt back out. And I kind of feel like I want something further down there. It just doesn't quite feel right the way that it is there, like there's not enough smoke further down. So we need to start really moving to the side now, saying that the wind coming over the building has now started to really catch the smoke. So we'll do a little of this. Need a little bit more coming out the side. Maybe one here. And we'll go up 1 block here. And then a little bit more on this side. And I think that should be about good. So if we go too far, it'll start intermingling with the other smoke columns, which actually wouldn't be a bad thing, having them all kind of converge into one large smoke trail that just runs off whatever direction that is. I think, let's see, the sun sets over here, so that would make that north. So yeah, that could be a distinct possibility, but we've used just a little bit over half a stack of cobwebs here. So let's go ahead and remove all of the dirt now. At least hope that we can. Some of it's going to be a little bit difficult to reach. And it's also going to be a little bit difficult to get out of here too, because my entry point's over there. So let me try to figure out how to maneuver back through this maze of cobwebs. And once I get down to the ground, we'll take a look at what this first smoke column looks like. So I'm not really too pleased with the way that turned out. It goes to the side way too quickly. So I might have to go back up there and redo that, making it go up more before it goes sideways. But I think I am going to make it to where all of the smoke columns blend together into one, basically like a wind-strewn cloud that runs off to the north. So what I'm going to do some tweaking on that and put in the other two as well. And then I'll come back, we'll take a look at it, and then we've got some other stuff to work on the inside of the building. Well, I think that looks a lot better than it did originally. And it better look good for 3.5 stacks of cobwebs up there. So, yeah, there's a lot of cobwebs there. Now, one thing that I did do, and we can see this if we go out to the side. Here, we'll hop on our horse so that we can see it from a distance. So if we go out here to the south, we can kind of see I ran the smoke trail slightly to the northeast, not perfectly north. So it kind of disperses off to the eastern side. And I think that's kind of neat that it's not just a perfectly straight line. So more little details that you really don't notice unless you're really looking for. But that looks really cool from this side. I hadn't looked at it from over here yet. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's really awesome. It looks like a big, huge column of smoke coming out of there. Well, that's what it's supposed to look like. So, yeah, that is very beneficial for that thing. So if we ride over here, get a look at it from over here, yeah, that is nice. Let's go ahead and get a look at it from over here by the swamp, looking over the windmill. Now, oddly enough, the windmill makes it look small because we're so close to the windmill. But, yeah, looking at that, that looks pretty nice. The smoke doesn't exactly have the same characteristics on the two. I think we need to move that topmost cobweb on the barn over a couple of blocks. Well, that's little details that will make people that pay attention go, something ain't right there. But anyway, I think we're ready to start on a few of the things on the inside. So now the first one that I want to work on is what is causing that smoke. So obviously that's going to be coming from a boiler of some sort, and I went ahead and designed a boiler, and I think we should be good to go on that. So if I get in here and grab a couple of things, we're going to need some magma blocks, some nether bricks, we're going to need a flint and steel. We are also going to need some black concrete powder, which we do not have any. So let's go ahead and grab a little bit of sand. We'll need 4 pieces of sand. Darn it, give me 4. And then we'll need 4 pieces of gravel. So let's go ahead and make 1 piece of black concrete powder, or 8 pieces as it is. Then we also need some stone bricks, which I believe are still in here. So that should cover that. Yeah, we've got stone bricks, slabs, and stairs. But we're also going to need some acacia fences. Acacia is down here. We're going to need some more of those, but we'll be able to get the idea from it. And then some cobblestone. So we'll grab some cobblestone, and that should be good for now. So we are going to put some boilers in here. Now, I did a little bit of experimenting, and I found a few things that work. And so forgot I need to make at least one set of slabs and a few stairs. We'll make 16 and see if that's enough. So we're going to make one here, one boiler, and we're going to see how it looks. So we're going to start out by putting a layer of nether bricks in the back, and let's see here, this needs to be here. Okay, so that lines up with the center of the pillar. Alright. So we're going to have this here, and this is basically going to be the firebox. So we're going to have to remove a couple of torches. Let's go ahead and place these back down on the sides here, at least so that it's not so dark. Then we're going to place a piece of magma cream, or a magma block, in the back. We're going to break out one block here, put a magma block in the ground, and then we're going to put a piece of the black concrete powder in the ground. Now what this is going to look like is coal that's been fed into the furnace, and then coals in the back, and then we're going to light this with the flint and steel. Now, if you don't know, magma blocks burn indefinitely, much the same as netherrack does. So whenever we catch a glimpse through the fire, it looks like glowing embers underneath it, which I think is really awesome. So now we want to put one nether brick slab up front, and then we're going to put some nether brick stairs facing each direction on each side. Now, yes, this takes a large amount of space in here, but I think it's worth it. So now what we want is to take our stone brick slabs, and we're going to put those at half a block up, but I think we might want to place some regular stone bricks back here first. Now, I don't think we'll be able to see that. Maybe we will be able to. Maybe we ought to make that a nether brick instead. So let's go ahead and place a nether brick there. We're going to place a couple of stone brick slabs here, and then we're going to place some... Well, let's see here. How does this go again? Got to think about this for a little bit. So then we go with our upside down stairs. This is the boiler. And so this is the round tank that holds the water. Let's go ahead and get up in the air a little bit. We're going to place this in here, and then take another set of stairs going the opposite direction. So they're facing up. And then we're going to put one more layer of stone brick slabs on top of that. Now you can see this is getting really close to the ceiling, but fortunately this is about all the taller this thing has to be. So now we're going to take this back out, and now we're going to start making the actual firebox here. So these actually will be removed, and we're going to place nether brick in those two spots, and that is mainly just to kind of hide what's going on, but we can already kind of see what this looks like. Looks pretty cool if you ask me. So now we are going to take some of our nether brick stairs, place those upside down here, and this is going to make like the flue chamber for the heat and smoke to go around the outside of the boiler. So we're going to put those there. Did I run this? Yeah, I ran that all the way to the back. Now we need another set of nether bricks. And we want this to stick out a little bit so that we have the shape available. Now we're going to have to get up in the air a little more. So let's go ahead and take our bricks, get up here. Now we have two blocks here that need to be filled in because we'll be able to see those from the other side. Now we are going to break this guy and this guy, just like we did on the bottom. Go ahead and grab those. Even though they're not very expensive, It's just the principle of the matter for me. So we're going to place those there. Then we are going to place some nether brick stairs on each side, making the shape go back in. And we're out of stairs. Well, anyway, we're going to need one more set of nether brick stairs here. This is going to need to be a regular nether brick. So one more set of nether brick stairs. We'll pull this in. And then we're going to run off of the top of this with some cobblestone. Now this cobblestone is going to basically act like the chimney pipe going off of the boiler, and we are going to run this up through the entire factory up to the stacks. Now coming off of the front of the boiler itself, we are going to place these acacia fences. Now the fences will attach to the solid block and not to the stair. And the reason I am using acacia is because it looks vaguely like a rusty steel pipe. So this is the basic design of the boiler. It is quite bulky, but I think it works very nicely. So we'll be able to put like some piles of coal blocks here, and we're going to be putting at least one more boiler. This one, because of its size, actually goes past the center point. So if we put another boiler in, it's going to have to be way over on this side, and then it'll almost be up against the entrance. I might have to slightly redesign this a little. But I definitely like the shape here. I like the way that it looks. And it really looks cool inside, being able to see what appears to be glowing embers behind the fire. So yeah, that is the boiler. And gonna do a little bit of cleanup here, finish this out with the blocks that I'm missing, and then we'll take a look at something else. Well, I started thinking a little bit about the boilers here, and I decided that having 2 boilers for 3 stacks didn't make any sense. So I went ahead and changed the boiler just a little bit, making it slightly narrower, and I have 3 of them in here now. So that is perfect. So I went ahead and put the steam pipes coming off of it, combining into one pipe going up. And up above, I have added a couple of things. One of them being a massive steam engine. Now you've got to use your imagination a little bit on this, but we've got the big huge flywheel here, the push arm and the piston rod, and then we've got the cylinder for the piston, we've got the guide for the push rod to go on, some mounts, and over on this side we have the steam chest that allows the steam to push the piston both directions. So that is really cool. I think it's a really good use for this space, because I was just gonna put the cactus farm over here. So I think that's a lot better. Now the other thing is I decided to change the flue pipes for the boilers to polished andesite instead of cobblestone, and I've run those up into this room and then up into the base of each of the stacks. So you can actually follow this all the way from the boiler up to the stack and then out the stack, which I think is pretty cool. So in future episodes, we will be filling this in with floors and melon, pumpkin, sugarcane, and cactus farms. We'll probably be putting a storage area down here in this section. And then we've also got to figure out some more efficient way of getting up and down, whether it be to put in a redstone operated elevator or just putting in some stairs somewhere. But especially for getting to those upper floors, we're going to need something to get up there. But I know this episode's a little shorter, but I'm going to go ahead and say thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, don't forget to give a thumbs up. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. If you have any thoughts about the factory or windmill, anything else that I've been working on, or anything that you'd like me to work on, be sure to leave that down in the comments. Don't forget about Patreon. Link is in the description, and I will see you next time. Bye.